Welcome to Plan and Practice channel. Today we will see Class 6 CBSE Chapter 2 Diversity in the Living World. Diversity means various type of living things. Living world means that in this world there are various living things. Varieties of living things, for example, animals, birds, human beings, flowers, trees. So there is a diversity. There is a different living things in this world, and that is this lesson, diversity in the living world. We'll go to the lesson now. It is a present morning after yesterday's refreshing rain. Dr. Raghu and Maniram Chacha uncle have been invited to the school by the science teacher, Madam Suleka, to facilitate an exciting nature walk. Dr. Raghu is a scientist at the nearby research laboratory, and Maniram Chacha is an elderly person from nearby community. Maniram Chacha is an expert in mimicking bird calls. He is also brilliant at identifying a variety of plants and animals. So, Dr. Raghu, he works in nearby research laboratory, and Maniram is a person in the nearby area where he can identify. He is a person who can identify plants and animals, also mimic birds. Mimic birds means how does the crow. For example, it says kaka means, so it says, then it is crow. He can identify as well as make sound like the bird. That is mimicking. So Maniram is the Chacha, and Dr. Raghu, he is a scientist who is working in nearby research laboratory. They have come to a school invited by the science teacher. To prepare them for the natural walk, Dr. Raghu informs the students that the objective of this walk is to experience the beauty and variety of plants and animals in the nature. The students are excited to join them. They are curious to interact and learn from them. The teacher advises the students to carry a notebook, pen and a water bottle. So Dr. Raghu informs the students they are going to share their experience about plants and animals and the nature. The students, they immediately get excited and happy that they are going to attend this session conducted by Dr. Raghu. They are curious to interact, and the teachers tells the student, take a notebook, pen and a water bottle to the session. As they walk, they begin exploring the plants and animals around them. Dr. Raghu advises the students to notice the variety of smells in the park, and he emphasizes respecting all the living creatures and observing them without disturbing. So Dr. Raghu, he says to see the variety of smells in the flowers and the living thing. We have to respect all the living thing, and we should observe the plants and animals without disturbing them. That is what Dr. Raghu says to the student. Maniram Chacha tells the students to not only observe different plants and animals, but also carefully listen to different sounds. The students come across a variety of plants, including grasses, bushes, and large trees. They also observe a variety of birds sitting on the branches of trees, butterflies, moving from flower to flower, monkeys jumping from one tree to another. They record their observation in their notebook and discuss them with Dr. Raghu and Maniram Chacha. So, Maniram Chacha, he tells the student, you observe the birds as well as you observe the sounds they make. Then the students start the session and they observe the grasses, bushes and large trees. They also see many birds sitting on the branches, butterflies flying from one area to the other area of flowers, monkeys jumping from one tree to another. So all that the students note down, they make a note of them in their notebook and they are ready to discuss with Dr. Raghu and Maniram. The students can hear the chirping of birds. Dr. Raghu informs them that each bird has a unique chirp. This is an example of diversity in nature. So Dr. Raghu says, see, we can hear the chirping sounds of birds. Each bird made one sound. Crow makes one sound, cuckoo makes one sound. Myna, if it is there, they make different sounds. Peacocks are there, they make different sounds. So this is diversity in nature. That is, Dr. Raghu is telling the students. Dr. Raghu represents Maniram Chacha to request Dr. Raghu request Maniram Chacha to mimic calls of some birds. Maniram Chacha mimics different bird calls. The students enthusiastically start copying him. So, Dr. Raghu tells to Maniram Chacha, please make some sounds of the birds, so that the children and the students will be observing. And he also made the same. All the students were mimicking like Chacha, Maniram Chacha, and they were enjoying the session. Have you ever observed different plants and animals around you? Share and discuss your observation with your friends and teacher. So, this is an activity that each of us observe various plants and animals around us, so that we can also share our observation. Diversity in second one, 2.1, diversity in plants and animals around us. Activity, let us explore and record. Plan a nature walk with your teacher to a park or a nearby forest. So they have given, you can plan a natural walk with the respective teachers that we have. While on the nature walk, observe different plants, insects, birds, other animals. Also note the weather condition, whether it is hot, cold, windy, and so on. So observe all the animals, birds, insects, plants, and also about the season they are asking us to observe. Hot, cold, windy, and so on. You can collect different types of fallen leaves or flowers and create a scrapbook. Take care of the plants and animals in nature. Ensure that you do not disturb the plants and animals in the park. Do not pluck leaves and flowers. Record your observation as given below. Table 2.1 about the features of stems, leaves, flowers and anything interesting in various plants. Some examples have been given for you in the figure 2.1 and table 2.1. So we could see tulasi plant and hibiscus plants given. For tulasi, scientific name holy basil, hibiscus gudal, scientific name. So we'll go and see the table given. Observation of different plants around us. They have given some examples. serial number, local name of the plant, stem, leaves, shape, arrangement of leaves, flowers, any other observation and features. So with this the table is made. First, common grass. How is the grass? It is soft and thin. A single leaf grows alternatively from different part of on the stem. There is no flower for the grass, so we just leave it. And any other observation is green leaves we write. Next, tulsi. Hard and thin. The stem is hard and thin. Arrangement of pair of leaves, the opposite directions. Pinkish purple flowers. Next we see hibiscus. It is hard. The stem is hard. And the flower is red in color, you can write. So it is just an example, you can fill it up. Next you can take neem leaf. Hard and thick it is. So here we have light yellow flowers that you can mention here. Neem is a tree, so the stem will be hard and thick. Leaves. About the arrangement of leaves you can write when you observe. Here we can hear the leaves smooth surface. Leaves are with smooth surface. That is the observation. For flowers you can write light yellow or sandal color sometimes. So you can write that. Whatever the flowers you find the color for the neem tree. What similarities and differences did you find among the plants that you have observed? You must have observed the plants have a variety of features such as tall, short, hard, soft stem, different types of leaves and their arrangement on the stem or branches, flowers varying in color, shape and accent. Now create a list of animals you observed during this walk or from your previous experiences. Record the places where they live, the food they eat and the way they move around. Given in table 2.2, you can see some examples have been provided for you. Observations of different animals around us, table 2.2. Name of the animal, local animal you have to mention in the first column. Second one, place where they live, food they eat, the way they move around. Any other observation and features, you leave a column. First we take crow. Crow we observe everywhere. It comes to our house or on the terrace, near the kitchen, everywhere, balcony it comes, veranda it comes. So crow is a common bird that we observe every day. Tree. Where they live in tree. The food they eat is insects. The way they move around, fly and walk. Carrying a twig in its beak is a common observation that everybody, when we look at the crow on the sky, they will take a twig and fly, and they will hold the twig in their beak. Ant, it will be seen in all houses, especially near sugar, rice, chapati. So nest in soil and burrow. Where they live? Ants live in nest in soil and burrow. Leaves, seeds and insects they eat. They have 6 legs. Ants have 6 legs. Next, cow. Cow is a common domestic animal. So we can observe the cows on the roads, on the playground, when we go to school, when we go to temple, when we go to school, college, when we go to bus stop, everywhere we can see the cow. So it eats grasses and leaves. Cow, they live in the houses itself. Most of the milkmen, they grow cow in their houses. They have 4 legs. How do they? They walk on the road. All that you can mention in the observation. So next you can take cat, for example. So how they have 4 legs, they have a tail. All that you can mention. What they eat, everything you can mention. Similarly, you can take any bird that you observe or any animal that you, squirrel we observe hen, all that you can mention. What are the similarities and differences among the animals that you have observed and recorded in 2.2? You would have observed that some animals live on land while some others live on trees. Birds live on trees, fish live in water. Some animals like frog live on land as well as water. Animals consume a diverse range of foods and exhibit a variety of movements. Sketch the plants and animals observed by you in your notebook or prepare a scrapbook with leaves, flowers from different plants and feathers from animals. Write all the details you have gathered about them. While traveling to and from school, observe your surroundings and look out for a variety of plants and animals. Add the name of any plant or animal that you have not listed before in table 2.1 and 2.2. Now we go to activity 2.2. Let us appreciate. Close your eyes for 30 seconds and think of one plant and one animal that you have closely observed and appreciated very much. Now each one of you can draw the plant and animal that you thought of on the blackboard. What are your observations about various plants and animals that you have been drawn? How to group plants and animals? How would you arrange your books and notebooks in groups? Would arranging them in groups help you better organize your school bag? Now let us look at the world around us. We are surrounded by variety of plants and animals with different features about you have learnt in section 2.1. We can group them based on similarities and differences among them. Let us see the activity 2.3. Let us group. Collect pictures of various other plants and animals. Cut their pictures from old magazines, newspaper, charts and other sources. Paste them of these pictures on a different card. Divide your class into groups 5 to 6 students each. Pool the cards prepared by the students in a group. Observe various features of plants and animals shown on the card. Recall the features of plants and animals that you have listed in table 2.1 and 2.2. Group them on the basis of common features. Color, share and discuss the basis of grouping you have made with other groups in your class. You will be surprised to see that the basis used by different groups may vary. Why do you think are the reasons behind it? Different students might have chosen different common features for the grouping. For example, some students may have chosen the height of the plant,
as the basis for grouping, while others might have chosen presence or absence of flowers as the basis for grouping of plants. See in figure 2.2. Presence or absence of flowers, hard or soft stem, eating habits, place they have lived. Figure 2.2. Some possible criteria of grouping of plants and animals. You have grouped animals based on various features such as what they eat, where they live, what color they are, and how they move. What is the importance of grouping? Grouping makes it easier to understand and study plants and animals on the basis of their similarities and differences. You will learn more about the importance of grouping in our daily life in this chapter materials around us. 2.2.1 How do you group plants? You must have noticed that plants show variation in the features related to stem, leaves, flowers, and more. The stems of different plants vary in thickness, height, and hardness, while the leaves vary in shape, color, size, and arrangement. You might have tried grouping the plants in activity 2.3 using one of these features. You might have also learnt in various classes that plants can be grouped into herbs, shrubs, and trees based on their height and types of stem. Let us study the features of plants in more detail and group them on that basis. Let us group 2.4 activity. Let us go on a natural walk again for some more interesting observations. Look closely at the height of different plants. Are these plants shorter than you, as tall as you, or taller than you? Is the stem brown or green? Touch and feel the stems and try to bend them gently. Can you bend the stem easily, or is it stiff? Take care that the stems do not break. Also observe from where the branches of the plants arise, whether they arise close to the ground or higher up on the stem. Fill in your observation in table 2.3. A few examples are already given. Table 2.3 Grouping of plants based on height and nature of stem. Serial number, name of the plant, height, short, medium, tall, nature of stem, green, brown, tender, hard, thick, thin, appearance of branches close to the ground, higher up on the stem, name of the plant group, whether it is tree, herb, or shrub. First one, mango tree, tall it is, stem is brown in color, stem is hard, it is thick, it is higher up on the stem, and the name of the plant group is tree. Second one is rose is medium, brown stem, hard stem but thin stem, it is close to the ground and it is a shrub. Third one, tomato, short in height, green stem, tender stem, thin stem, yes it is close to the ground and it is a herb. So few more plants you can observe and you can write in this manner. What differences do you observe among the herbs, shrubs and trees? How can you group plants as herbs, shrubs and trees based on the data entered in the table? Some plants grow really tall and have hard, thick, brown and woody stems. Their branches typically start higher up on the stem and always from the ground. These plants are called trees. For example, mango tree. Some plants are not as tall as trees. These plants often have many brown woody stems that start branching very close to the ground. These stems are hard but not as thick as the stem of the tree. These plants are called shrubs. For example, a rose plant is a shrub. Some plants are typically small with soft and green stem. These are called herbs. For example, a tomato plant is a herb. Figure 2.3c. Some plants with weak stem and need support to climb and grow and are called climbers. Some plants creep along ground and are called creepers. What can be other features on the basis of which you have grouped plants? Let us perform another activity. Activity 2.5. Let us compare. Look at the leaves of different plants collected by you during the nature walk. Do you notice any variation in the shape and structure of these leaves? You may observe thin lines on the leaves of the plants. Figure 2.4a. These are called wings. The pattern of wings on the leaf is called venation. What difference do you see in the wings of leaf shown in figure 2.4a and figure 2.4b? A hibiscus leaf with reticulate venation, banana leaf with parallel venation, and grass leaf with parallel venation. Leaves showing different types of venation. Venation is the pattern of wings in the leaf. Some leaves you can observe a net-like pattern as wings on both sides of the thick middle wing. This pattern is called reticular venation. For example, the leaves of hibiscus called reticular venation. For example, the leaves of hibiscus exhibit reticular venation. Figure 2.4a. In some leaves, you may observe that the wings run parallel. This pattern is called parallel venation. For example, the leaves of banana plants and grasses exhibit parallel venation. Figure 2.4b and figure 2.4c.
Do you think that plants can be grouped on the basis of venation present in their leaves? Now let us explore roots of the plants. Do all plants have roots? Are these roots similar? Activity 2.6. Let us find out. Visit an open area where wild herbs and grasses are growing. You may use small herbs for this exercise. Using a kurpi trowel, carefully dig it out a few different herbs without damaging the roots. To do this, you may wet the soil and loosen it. Wash the roots with water and observe them. After you are done observing, make sure to replant the herbs so that they may continue to thrive and grow. What are the similarities and differences in the roots of the plants collected by you? What differences do you see in the roots of plants shown in figure 2.5a and figure 2.5b? Taproot system in a mustard plant, fibrous root system in common grass. Carefully observe the roots of a mustard plant in figure 2.5a. The roots of this plant consist of one main root and small side roots arising from it. The main root is called taproot. Another example of a plant having taproots is hibiscus, observed by you in activity 2.1. The plant in Figure 2.5b is a common grass plant. The roots of this plant appear as a bunch of similar sized thin roots arising from the base of the stem. Such roots are called fibrous roots. Figure 2.5b. Does your collection include any other grasses? What kind of roots do you have? What kind of roots do the plants have? What kind of roots do they have?
Is there any relation between the type of leaf venation and the type of root of the same plant? How do we find this out? Activity 2.7. Let us relate and analyze. Collect samples of 5 common plants from your school, nursery, or any other nurseries to plant in your school garden. Example of such plants can include lemongrass, marigold, sadabahar, periwinkle, and others. Before planting them, observe their roots and the venation in their leaves. Record your observation. Table 2.4. Table 2.4. Types of leaf venation and roots. Serial number, name of the plant, we have to note it down. Type of leaf venation, reticular or parallel. Type of root, fibrous or taproot, we have to mention that. For first one, lemongrass, they have parallel leaf venation and fibrous root. This is given. Do you observe any other relationship between the leaf venation and types of root in these plants? A sadabahar plant has a taproot and its leaves have reticulate venation. Do other plants with reticulate venation have taproots too? Lemongrass, on the other hand, has fibrous roots and its leaves have parallel venation. Do other plants with parallel venation have fibrous root too? Generally, plants with reticular venation have taproots, while those with parallel venation have fibrous roots. Chickpea chana is another example of a plant with taproot and reticular venation in leaves. What is an example of a plant with fibrous root? And wheat is an example of a plant with fibrous roots and parallel venation in its leaves. Is there any relation among the seed of a plant, types of root, and leaf venation? Are all the seeds similar? Activity 2.8. Let us compare. Soak chickpea and maize seeds in water for 2 or 3 days. Remove the seed coat of the chickpea. Now observe the structure of the chickpea and the maize seeds. Are they similar or different? Figure 2.6. Dicot and monocot seeds. Dicot seeds, chickpea. Monocot seed, maize. You would notice that chickpea seeds are split into 2 parts. Each part is called cotyledon. Plants that have seeds with 2 cotyledons are called dicotyledons. Dicots. Maize has a single thin cotyledon. Figure 2.6b. Plants with such seeds are called monocotyledons, monocots. What relation do you observe among leaf venation, root types, and the number of cotyledons in seeds of a plant? Dicot plant have reticulate venation and a taproot system, while monocot plant have parallel venation and a fibrous root system. You have learnt about some features used for grouping plants. Now let us explore the grouping of animals in more detail. 2.2.2 How to group animals. Just like plants, animals too are significantly different from one another. How can we group such a wide variety of animals? What features can you think of to group them? In activity 2.3, you have already set some basis for grouping animals. Let us explore a few of these in more detail. Activity 2.9, let us find out. You have recorded the movement of few animals in table 2.2. You may also have observed how other animals move from place to place. Let us now think about the types of movements in animals. A number of animals are shown in figure 2.7. You can add more animals that you may have observed and create a poster on a variety of animals. Which body parts are used by the animals in the poster you created and those in figure 2.7 for movement? Diversity in animals. List these animals in table 2.5. Note the ways in which these animals move and name the body parts used for movement. Some examples are given in table 2.5. Table 2.5, movements in animals and their body parts involved. Serial number, name of the animal, type of movement, body parts used for movement. First one, ant. Type of movement is not specified. So legs, they move with the legs. Second one, goat. Walks and jumps. Legs. Third one, pigeon. Walks and flies. So they use the body parts, legs and wings. Housefly walks and flies. Legs and wings they use. Next, fish. They use fins. So similarly we have to group the animals. What conclusions can you draw from the data given in table 2.5? Different animals have different types of movements. Animals can fly, run, crawl, cough, walk, hop or jump and so on. They use different body parts for moving from one place to another. They may use wings, legs and other parts that help them to move. Here we have identified animals based on types of movement and body parts used for movement. How can we group animals based on their movements? Additionally, many animals differ from each other in shape, size, structure, color and other features. Some of these features can also be used to group animals in various ways. Like plants, grouping of animals is important for understanding their diversity. Know a scientist. Janaki Ammal, 1897 to 1984, was an Indian botanist dedicated to environmental work and helped to document and preserve India's rich plant biodiversity. She plays a key role in the Save Silent Valley movement. As the head of the Botanical Survey of India, she initiated programs to document the plants diversity of India. Success story, Save Silent Valley movement. This is a real story of a forest in Palakkad district of Kerala. It is about preserving untouched beauty of a moist evergreen forest and its rich biodiversity. The most famous Silent Valley was saved by a remarkable movement led by common people who were not even residing in the vicinity of the forest. The battle against the proposal of hydroelectric dam across the Kundipura River persisted for 10 years. At the time, people used all possible available means such as widespread awareness programs, letters to editors, articles in newspaper, seminars and petitions and appeals in court. The movement was successful in saving the Silent Valley. 2.3, Plants and animals in different surroundings. You may have observed during the nature walks that different animals live in different surroundings. You also have recorded movement of animals in table 2.5. Does the movement of these animals depend upon their surroundings? Let us consider fishes and goat as examples. Fishes live in water. They have streamlined bodies and fins for movement in water. Figure 2.8a. Goats live in grassy areas and move with the help of legs. Figure 2.8b. The sizes and shapes of animals also differ from one another. Figure 2.8. Body parts used by animals for movement. A fish swims in water with the help of fins. B. A goat walks on the ground with the help of legs. Activity 2.10. Let us compare and analyze. Look at table 2.6. Recreate a similar table on the blackboard. Let us list the name of plants and animals you or your classmates have observed in the regions given in the table or already know about. A few examples are given. You can add more. Table 2.6. Animals and plants found in different surroundings. Senior number in the desert, on mountains, in the ocean, in the forest, any other region. First one, camel, deodar trees, on women, on mountains. Deodar tree, they are found on mountains. Next, fish in the ocean, lion in the forest. Similarly, we can mention in the table the desert, on mountains, in the ocean, in the forest. Camel, deodar trees, fish, lion. What are your observations regarding plants and animals found in various regions? Discuss your observation with your classmates. You might observe from table 2.6 that the plants and animals found in one kind of region are different from those different in another kind of region. Figure 2.9. Cactus with thick and fleshy stems in a desert. During a discussion in the classroom, Alex recalls that he observed cactus plants with thick and fleshy stem in the desert of Rajasthan. Figure 2.9. Maya shares that she saw deodar trees in the Himalaya of Himachal Pradesh. Figure 2.10. These trees are conical in shape and have flexible and sloping branches. Notice that these two types of plants found in different regions are different from each other. Why is it so? Why does the biodiversity of a region vary from that of another? Let us find out. There is a very little water available in the deserts. A hot desert is typically very hot during the day and very cold at night. Therefore, you will find plants and animals in these areas that can tolerate and survive both the hot conditions during the day and cold conditions at night. The fleshy stems of plants found in the desert can store water and help them tolerate the hot condition in these places. The mountain in extremely cold regions experience frequent snowfall. In order to survive in such conditions, some of the trees have the ability to let the snow slide off easily. Conical shape and sloping branches of deodar trees enable them to do so easily. You must have understood by now that the biodiversity varies from region to region because of diverse conditions. Look at the images of a camel from the hot desert of Rajasthan, figure 2.11, and camel from the cold ranges of Ladakh, figure 2.12. What are the differences that you observe between them? What advantages do these differences provide to these camels? The camel of the hot desert have long legs with wide hoofs. Alex shares that his grandmother told him that the long legs and wide hoofs help these camels to walk on a sandy desert without sinking into the sand. On the other hand, the height and legs of camels of cold desert are comparatively shorter than those found in the hot desert. These short legs allow them to walk easily in mountainous regions. In deserts, food is not available easily. Camels store food in their humps. Camels found in the hot desert have one hump each that helps them to survive during the scarcity of food. Camels found in the cold desert have two humps each
These two humps shrink in late winters because there is not much food available in the cold desert, and they have to use food stored in their humps during the time. Moreover, they grow long hair from head to length, which help them to survive the cold winters of Ladakh. What other features can help camels to survive in the desert? Other students also start sharing their observation. Kashi from Rajasthan says that camels excrete small amount of urine. Their dung is dry and they do not sweat, as camels do not lose much water from their bodies. They can survive for many days without drinking water. Maya talks about the seeing plants with beautiful bright flowers. Rhododendrons in the shallow forests of Nilgiris. Here, rhododendrons are shorter height and have smaller leaves to survive through the heavy winds on mountain tops. However, Pema, who is from Sikkim, mentioned that she has observed rhododendrons in the nearby mountains to be taller, figure 2.13. So, even plants such as rhododendrons may exhibit different features in different regions to survive the conditions of those regions. Sagar tells his classmates that he went to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands with his parents for a special event. He saw huge whales and colorful fish in the ocean. His father explained that the streamlined body of the fish helps them to swim in water. We have learned that the plants and animals living in a particular region have special features that made them fit to survive there. The special features that enable plants and animals to survive in a particular region are called adaptations. The shape of the deodar trees and the height of the rhododendron are adaptations that enable them to survive in the mountainous regions. The place where plants and animals live is called their habitat. For example, the habitat of sea turtles is the sea or the ocean. The habitat of camel is the hot or the cold desert, and the habitat of rhododendron is the mountains. The habitat of plants and animals provides them food, water, hair, shelter, and other needs for their survival. Many types of plants and animals may share the same habitat. Habitat plays an important role in the shaping the biodiversity of a region. Know a scientist. Salim Ali, 1896 to 1987, traveled across India to observe diversity in birds. He prepared a list of birds and documented their travel routes and habitats. He recorded the region with high diversity of birds and took measures to conserve these regions. Cleoladio National Park in Bharatpur, Rajasthan, Ranganath Tittu Bird Sanctuary in Mandya, Karnataka are examples of regions he preserved. He wrote a landmark series of 10 books on birds of the Indian subcontinent. He is referred to as the Birdman of India. He was awarded Padma Vibhushan in 1976. What are the different ways in which you can group plants and animals based on their habitat? One way is to group them into those that live on land and those that live in water. The plants and animals that live on land are said to live in terrestrial habitats. Some examples of terrestrial habitats are forests, deserts, grasslands, and mountains. Plants and animals that live in water are said to live in aquatic habitats. Some examples of aquatic habitats are ponds, lakes, rivers, and oceans. Some animals, such as frog, can live in water as well as on land. They are called amphibians. What would happen if the habitat of a plant or animal is dampened? What would happen if a goat does not get grass to eat? Can a fish survive without water?
Check with your parents, grandparents, neighbors to know about the plant, birds, insects, or any other animal that you used to see frequently in their childhood but do not see as often now. These changes often happen when habitats are damaged. The damage to habitats of plants and animals results in loss of their home, food, and other resources. This leads to the loss of biodiversity. So we should know the population of Bengal tiger, cheetah, and great Indian bustard has declined in India due to loss of natural habitats caused by human activities. The government of India has initiated several projects to conserve our biodiversity. Project Tiger was initiated in 1973 to protect and the declining population of Bengal tiger. The cheetah reintroduction project was initiated in 2022 to restore the population of the cheetah. Similarly, habitats of the great Indian bustards have been declined as protected areas in the states of Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra. You could see the picture of Bengal tiger, cheetah, great Indian bustard. Traditionally protected forests, sacred groves. Sacred groves are undisturbed patches of forest. Their sizes may vary from quite small to very large. Sacred groves are found all over India. They are homes to different kinds of plants and animals, including numerous medicinal plants. These are protected by the local community, and no one is allowed to harm any animal and cut trees in these groves or disturb the area. This way, sacred groves are a community protected treasure of biodiversity. Find out about the sacred groves in your region. We must protect biodiversity to ensure our plants is full of life, helping plants and animals to survive and thrive. Keywords: adaptation, monocot plants, analyze, amphibians, parallel venation, compare, aquatic reticulate venation, create, biodiversity, sacred groves, explore, cotyledon shrubs group, dicot plant, taproot, observe, fibrous root, terrestrial record, habitat tree, relate, herbs, venation. Summary of this lesson: we are surrounded by a large variety of plants and animals. Such variety of plants and animals is a part of biodiversity. Plants and animals can be grouped on the basis of similarities and differences among them. Plants have similarities and differences based on features associated with roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and so on. The method of arranging things into groups based on their common feature is called grouping. Plants can be grouped into herbs, shrubs, and trees based on their height, types of stem, branching patterns. Plants can also be grouped as dicotyledons, dicots, and monocotyledons, monocots, based on their number of cotyledon in their seeds. Monocots generally exhibit parallel venation in their leaves and possess fibrous roots, while dicots typically exhibit radicular venation in their leaves and possess taproots. Animals have different types of movements that can be based on their grouping. Biodiversity of different region varies because of distinct environmental conditions. The special features that enable plants and animals to survive in a particular region are called adaptation. The plants where plants and animals live is their habitat. Based on their habitats, animals and plants can be grouped as terrestrial and aquatic. Due to damage of their habitats, plants and animals lose their home, foods, and other resources, resulting in the loss of biodiversity. We must protect biodiversity to ensure that our planet is full of life, helping plants and animals to survive and thrive. Thank you for watching. To see class 6 lessons, go through my YouTube playlist. Thank you for watching. Happy learning. Thank you.